So it's been a while since I put a video up, and I don't really have a topic in particular that I want to discuss right now. I just want to, hey, say hello. I'm still around, and life is not bad. It's actually pretty damn good. I can't complain. Um, I've I finally broke through 2,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. I'm up to 2,020, I think, right now. Which is great. I love it. The thing is I think the problem that you may find with my channel, if you came to my channel because you saw one of my vegan videos that I did a while back, then you may be disappointed with the new content that I'm putting up right now. Or if you saw one of my videos at a protest or a demonstration that I went to and I videotaped that, and you subscribed to me thinking that this is what kind of content I'll be posting on a regular basis, you're going to be disappointed. I'm all over the map. I'm just, who am I? I am David Kelly. I am 57 years old. I will be 58 years old in November, so I'm a mature man. Been on this planet for a little while, a little over half a century. I've made a lot of stupid mistakes in life. I've been fortunate enough not to be taken down by my foolishness, and I'm here. I'm here, and I think I have some value to offer. I hope a little bit of wisdom, maybe. I don't know. I basically am not really focused in a particular area for this channel. This is really just my own personal little hobby. What has happened recently with my channel, I got a bunch of my videos demonetized. And what that is Google now has this algorithm or bot or whatever you call it. It goes around scouring YouTube for content that may be inappropriate for advertising, and then it demonetizes it. It's pretty brute and blunt in how it approaches this, but it has no interpretive ability. It's just programmed to search out certain words, or I don't know, maybe images too. I'm not sure. That would register a red flag for them to demonetize. Now you can challenge that. You can request a manual review of the channel. I haven't done that yet, so I might try that at some point. And this is happening to a lot of YouTubers now, and I think it's unfortunate. What seems to be disappearing rather quickly now is something very rare, what we had in the history of humankind, and that was a platform where everybody could come and speak their mind. They could come from a certain political point of view. They could come from a religious point of view. They could just go on YouTube or any of the other social media platforms and just do stupid stuff, right? Like, it was open-ended. It was a free-for-all for everybody. And out of that actually did come a lot of interesting debate between opposing views. That is being shut down now. And it's being shut down by the far left. And it's unfortunate. We are living now in this polarized world. I'm kind of tired of it. I've mentioned in previous videos where I've decided what side I have decided to take, and that is I'm kind of a light conservative, I guess you could say. Prior to all of this, I used to be more or less in the middle ground on every issue, right? Pretty much. But now I think, my leaning is more in the direction of a conservative point of view. But I'm not heavy on that. And I'm not going to make this channel into a political channel. That I'm just not going to do. Really, this channel is simply about me and my life and how I respond to certain things. Sometimes it will be political. Sometimes it will be religious. Like, I'd like to do a video on Jesus, not in a spiritual sense, but in a literary sense, like why I love Jesus as a literary character. And go into examples of why, you can look a big mistake that a lot of people make that have not read the life and the teachings of Jesus in the Gospels. A big mistake that a lot of people make is that they see the sins of the church historical, and they say, well, I don't want to have any part of that. And a lot of that is, that perspective is biased. There's a lot more involved than any history with any group, whether it's political or religious. There's always a dark side, but that's not the whole story. And if you can get past all of that, it's worth the time. Even if you're an atheist, an outright hardcore atheist, I would encourage you just to look at the life of Jesus and his teachings. And they're still relevant for today. And the story is remarkable. There's nothing like it in history. So I'll leave it at that. One day I'll get more in depth into that topic. So let's talk a little bit about myself. What have I been doing lately? Well, I've been working like a friggin', I don't know, donkey, ass, dog, whatever. Just been working really hard and loving it. I don't know. I'm sick. I know I'm sick, but I really love working physically hard outdoors, getting dirty. Yeah, and my favorite part is coming home at the end of the night and having a shower, or the end of the day, not the end of the night, and just cleaning, just washing off all of that dirt. It's like a cleansing, But it's not just getting physical and working hard. I mean, that's only one part of it. If it was only that, that would start to wear thin on me in terms of interest. But I'm in landscape construction, so we build some pretty amazing landscapes, designs, and that's where the real satisfaction comes in, when you complete a project and you can step back and look at it. It's your own little work of art, and it's not just for selfish reasons that you created it. Somebody else is going to enjoy it, and they won't be thinking about you when they're sitting out in their backyard in their beautiful patio by the swimming pool, and there's a fire pit there, and whatever, right? But you did this, you created it, and you've made some people happy. So yeah, and I've been working hard too, because my daughter is now in university, and I was just shocked at how much it costs now. Like, for her to be on residence, living in a dormitory and going to school full time. She's going to Brock University. $25,000 a year. And, so that I'm not paying the full amount. I mean, my ex and I, we had an education savings plan in place, but that itself is not enough to cover everything. And so she's pitching in, I'm pitching in, it's a collective effort here. But yeah, wow. So there's that commitment. And then there's I mentioned in previous videos, I bought a condo in Toronto here, downtown. Well, not down Toronto, out in Queen West, close to downtown. And so I will be moving on May 22nd into my condo. So in the meantime, I'm making these rather large quarterly payments, and I have to have that money in the bank, ready for it to be withdrawn. And if I don't have it on time, I get penalized $800. So I'm not going to let that happen. I mean, I have the money, but I don't want to dip into my other investments or savings or anything like that. I want to see if I can just get this money from the cash I already had available and from working. And at some point, though, I will have to dip. There's no way around that. Yeah, so I'm just starting to date again, which is really, I'll be honest with you, I'm a little bit afraid. I'm afraid. Let's see, I officially left the house with my ex in 2011 and got my own place. in the beginning, and I think it was in 2012, I dated a little bit, very light, nothing heavy, and then I just stopped and just focused on other things. And I wasn't really planning on starting dating again, but it just kind of fell into my lap. It was not that difficult through friends and stuff like that. So that will be interesting. I have a date set up for this Saturday evening, going out to dinner with a South American woman. So speaks broken English, not like communication is difficult. So that'll be a challenge. But yeah, so I will maybe post a video later on about how that went, without, there's one thing I'm always careful about. There's a lot of videos I could post, but when I always have to think, like, will the person that I'm talking about be offended? Like, I don't want to do a video, just go ahead and do a video about an experience I had when it involves somebody else. And, I respect other people's feelings and their integrity. So, but anyhow, diet. Let's talk about diet. I never talk about that now, and yet my channel used to be nothing but, eating vegan until I gave it up and went to what I call the 6-to-1 diet. I eat vegan 6 days a week, and on the 7th day, I eat meat. And I'm still doing it, and I have to tell you, it's working fantastic. I love it. Health-wise, social-wise, everything. It's just very well balanced. I love, the best examples I can give you, look up the Blue Zones and you'll see, where I'm coming from on this. But it's basically a predominantly plant-based diet with a small percentage of it of your calories coming from meat. And the kind of meat I eat is either, grass-fed, naturally raised cattle or wild game like venison, wild suckeye, that kind of stuff, right? That's what I go for. Duck. I steer away from the factory farm food. Not to say that I'm 100% with that, because occasionally, like last weekend, my boss hosted a barbecue and I didn't question where the food came from. I just ate it. So, yeah. I think that's about it, for now. Just working hard. The season, I guess we're past the midpoint of the season, and we're going into September. Then we have October, November. Well, I guess, yeah, we're in the midpoint, and December, depending, if the work is there and the weather cooperates, and then I'm off again in January. So. And then I'll be getting all psyched up and prepared to move into my new condo, which I did do some upgrades on that. I wasn't going to. I was just going to go with the standard stuff that the builder offers. But when you go to their design room and you see what the standard is compared to the upgrades, you're easily seduced into bumping it up a little bit. So basically, I'm going to have like this lovely posh shoebox. I guess you could say it's small, like 660 square feet. Yeah, it's amazing that this condo cost me more than the house my ex and I bought in the beach back in 1997. Yeah, 3-story house. Back then we paid with a driveway that could park 3 cars comfortably, and that is, let me tell you something, if you know the beach in Toronto, that's primo. Close to Queen Street, close to the beach. Yeah, great location. In 1997, we paid $369,000 for that. The market was flat back then. Now, mind you, that's like 20 years ago now. Yeah, it's like, whoa, time flies. So 20 years, things do go up in price, but now I think that home is worth about $1.5 million. Too bad I don't own it anymore, but there you go. And yeah, so my little shoebox, my posh little shoebox, costs more than what our house back in '97 cost. But who knows, with the real estate market now, there have been certain rules implemented that has put a damper on foreign investment, and interest rates have gone up 25 basis points. So we'll see where all this is heading. It has put a damper on the market, but we'll see if it really affects it in a critical way, where we have like a 10% correction. Or a 20% correction, or even more. I mean, it can happen. People assume that real estate just goes up and up and up, and it's not so. Anyhow, yeah, loving life. You know, it's not perfect. I'm not perfect. Shit happens, but I'm very thankful to be alive, and I hope you are too. Take care, and yeah, good night.